All right, guys, here we go. Little study. Let's see how far I go. Hopefully, I don't go everywhere, but this is for entertainment. Gotta say that. Anyway, I was looking at superposition quantum mechanics, quantum superposition. Uh, they're talking about it. You'll hear them say it. The smart guys, astrophysicists, and all those guys making AI. You got to figure out what this is. But here's one of the articles I found. Is a core principle where a quantum system, like an electronic or photon, exists in a combination of all possible states, e.g., multiple locations, energy levels, simultaneously, simultaneously until measured, at which point it collapses into a single definite state, a phenomenon explained mathematically by wave functions and probabilities, amplitudes. It's the foundation for quantum computing. There they go. AI. Okay, they talk about qubits being zeros and ones. That's what the quantum computers use. They call it qubits. But us regular people, we use zeros and ones in binary code. But they're using it too. But they have another spot where it's zeros and one at the same time. So it's off and on, which is weird. And explains behaviors seen in experiments like the double slit experiment. That double slit experiment, that's what I say is happening to us. Because I tell people, I try to tell them, I go, if you're a gamer, video games, you would understand the double slit experiment. But some people don't play games, so they don't know. Or at least from our point of view. But anyway, it's like you're playing a game, okay? When you're playing a game, you're physically there, okay? But you have the controller. Now, character you're playing in the game is inside the game, okay? So that's 1/3 of your attention is inside there. So it's doing what you're saying. 2/3 of you is outside, okay? So it's zeros and one and then superposition. It's all entangled. But that's why you'll hear people say we're in the Matrix. Yeah, Matrix. We're in a game. We're in a host. We're in a online game, basically. Let me go over here. Look at this. It says mathematical representation, a quantum state. It has that symbol here. It looks like a pitchfork, a trident. And look, in quantum mechanics, that trident symbol reads as ket, psi, is it's Greek, whatever, lettering. Dirac notation representing the state vector of a quantum system, a vector in a Hilbert space, while psi often refers to the wave function, which describes the probability amplitude of finding a particle in a certain state. And that goes on to astrophysicists and all that other crap. But anyway, that's where these guys are going at. The quantum computers, this is all the crap they're talking about. This is, they're getting us ready. They're going full speed ahead. Man, it is crazy. But look, that logo right here, that quantum, I'm telling you, we're in the Matrix. That trident, guess who has that on his shirt? This guy. That Ukraine president, he has it on his shirt. It's on their crest, flag, all that stuff. See, the Ukrainian flag with the trident, Trizub. I didn't even look that up. I'm sure it's something crazy. Popular variation of the national flag featuring a golden trident. Remember they keep saying the golden age? Man, they're not lying. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, look. Elon Musk says with this computer, the AI and the computers that's coming, he says, hey, you don't have to work. It's optional. What does that mean? Musk suggests that all goods and services could be produced by AI and robots, eliminating the need for mandatory labor. Work would become a personal choice or hobby, similar to how some people enjoy gardening, even though they can buy vegetables at the store. What? Okay, they already talked about this. Universal high income. They're talking about this. It's full speed ahead. Okay. What else is this? Oh, that CEO, that NVIDIA guy, man, that guy is playing a big part too. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang. Uh, these guys are big hitters. Okay, look, Elon Musk urgent warning: a digital god is already here. What? What is he talking about? What do you mean he's already here? I'm telling you, they already got the computer. It's at CERN. Switzerland, they got them all over the place. But if you go listen to what he says, they're talking about the stuff they do is like summoning demons. It gets real crazy. It's not just AI and robots. That's the front door. It gets crazier. Listen to this guy. He's saying the digital. Look at the word digital. Dig a tell. Like it almost tells you like dig a tell, like dig a lie or whatever. Oh man. So he was against it, and then he goes, if you can't beat him, join him. So he's in the race now. Okay, let me see what I got here. I think I'm jumping ahead. Okay, well anyway, so AI is going crazy. I thought I had a... Okay, look, here's one. How many AI data centers in 2025? Look, if you, like most people, we got what, 20, 30? I don't know, maybe 100? Look, this one right here says there's around 12,000 global data centers. 12,000. That is crazy. And then they're using the water to cool down the machines because they're generating so much heat. So the water thing is another issue. I'm sure they can figure it out, but whatever. And the hub. Guess where the hub is at? Let me see. Let me put a new one. AI Data Center Hub, Saudi Arabia. See? As a major global hub for all AI data centers. Why are they getting to be the hub for all the data centers? Because I told you, my pick for the Antichrist is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's the seventh son. His name means peace. He's the Mahdi. He's my candidate for the Antichrist, and that guy is hauling butt. He's going to be the Mahdi. He's going to be the Antichrist. Look at this. Trump has a replica of the Ark of the Covenant. He took it to Mar-a-Lago. He had it there. Remember, they said this is a replica in 2024 in Florida. He had it there. They were just standing right by him. He goes, it's just a replica. If you ask me, that's the real one. I'm just guessing. But they like hiding in plain sight. So these guys are running around with this replica. Oh, it's just a replica. He goes, oh, look at it. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Watch them later go, guys, we just did a test, and it was the real one. I could already hear it. But anyway, I think it's the real one, but whatever. Oh, look, I found Trump's family crest. If you look at it right here on the screen, it has a hand, one of those funny suits, the puffy hand. Anyway, he's holding, it looks like a arrow, but I think that's a nuke. It's representing a nuke. Why? Because look at the sides. It's flames. It looks like smoke. It looks like it's launching. It's a nuke. So I don't know. That's what I see. But it could be just artistic. Whatever. Okay, now look. Russia is going to be a big player in the end times. They got a missile. It's a nuclear-powered missile. Unlimited range. It's probably right on the ocean right now. Just sitting there. They can program it to set off at a certain date, or they can just do it remotely. But that thing was built in 2023. That's only about 2 years ago. And so this thing is called Poseidon missile. It's a torpedo. But look, here's the crazy thing about it. It goes pretty fast, like 115 miles an hour. But the crazy thing I found, what it does, where's it at? Where is it at? Oh, here he goes. They even talked about it. The Russian TV even threatened to use it back then, 2022. They were threatening to use it back then. But that thing can make a 500-meter high tsunami. So what they do is they trigger it in the ocean. Boom! And it makes a tsunami. 500 meters? Guess how... Okay, for Americans, guess how many feet that is? 1,600 feet. A 1,600-foot wave coming at you. Man, that's game over. How many do they have? Let me see. Does it say how many they have? It doesn't say how many they made. They tested this thing in 2016. Jesus. Look, they got at least 30. That's crazy. Okay. There we go. Let's keep going. Okay, there's a severe water crisis in Iran. Euphrates rivers, it's getting real low. Some parts, there's people walking on it. It's supposed to be the river. It's a huge river, but there's a drought going on. That's also where the Bible says the 4 angels will be released, but that's another study. But anyway, so they got a water crisis all over in the Middle East. What's going on? Oh, but look, I'm just saying, they also have a lot of AI data centers. So put 1 and 2 together. I don't know. Let's see, Euphrates River. The region, including the Euphrates, Tigris Basin, and Iran, has experienced multi-year drought starting winter of 2020-2021, making 2025 one of the driest on record for Iraq. Yeah, they're hurting for water. Look at these guys. They're walking in there. That is crazy. A 5-year drought in Iran. Dang. Okay, let me go here. Okay, now look at these guys. The Yahweh, Yahweh Corporation. Let's see, it's China headquarters. That what do they make? Semiconductors, artificial intelligence. Look, telecom, networking, cloud computing, Internet of Things. 38 years old. Yeah, I'm looking at the logo. It's a flower. The closest I found was oh, hold on. Look, they've come up with a laptop. This is crazy stuff. It folds, and the buttons are it's like a touchscreen. It folds. It can become a monitor. It can hook up to another portable keyboard. They got some crazy stuff. But that logo over there's, where's it at? That logo. It brought me to the Noble Eightfold Path, to Buddha's practical guide in Buddhism to end suffering and achieve nirvana. It brought me here, the wheel. But I'm not going to go that way. That's another study. But the wheel, man, that takes you other crazy places. Let's keep going. The chrysanthemum is looks like chrysanthemum is the logo for that Yahweh Corporation. But look, it's the chrysanthemum. It means golden flower. There's another word, the golden age. Man, that's crazy. Okay, and Wei means great and powerful, and the Hua, Yah, I can't even say it, Jesus. Flower. Golden flower. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, look, this just happened. I heard this today. Trump to issue order creating national AI rule. Basically, he's what's it called? I had it right here. Oh yeah, there must be only one rule book if we're going to continue to lead in AI. I would be doing one rule executive order this week, so I'm guessing maybe Friday. So sometime this week he's going to sign an executive order and he's going to launch AI even faster. Oh my god. Because look, even Trump said it. He goes, you can't expect a company to get 50 approvals every time they want to do something. So basically he's uncuffing them. He goes, go full speed, guys. And remember, Elon Musk says the digital god is here. Holy smokes. Okay, so I put in one rule, because it's called one rule executive order. I come up with these numbers. I found food, nourishment to cry out, without fatherless. Sounds like AI. Agag, the Amalekite king, symbol of might, flame. Let's see what else I got. Okay, so if he does it this Friday, it'll be 12/12. But look, here's the one says manifest, but the Hebrew one is Bezalel. That's the guy that helped make the Ark of the Covenant. Him and this other guy. These two Israeli. Where are they at? Forgot the other guy. Okay, Bezalel and. Does it have the other guy's name? Okay, there was two of them that made the Ark of the Covenant, which is crazy. Ark of the Covenant, and then we got Trump has a replica. All the AI thing going on. You'll see where I'm going at in a minute. Okay, so look, there it is. Bezalel and Aholiab. These two guys were the artisans that made the tabernacle. Yeah, one was the chief artisan, the other one was like a apprentice. Anyway, Bezalel, his name means in the shadow of God. I don't know about you, but God don't have a shadow like darkness. Who are they talking about? I don't know. Okay, so let me see. Let me keep going. Okay, so here I have a crazy theory. I'm working on it right now. I'm looking at my notes. It just came to me today. But if you look how the tabernacle that holds the Ark of the Covenant, it's in three parts. Okay, so you got the outer court, the holy place, and then the Holy of Holies. And if you ask me, I think that's what they're building. And you're like, what? Yeah, they're making the tabernacle, because it was a tent, a big tent, had all this stuff in there, but they're making it worldwide. The world is the tent, if that makes sense. Okay, so the outer court, it's basically altar burnt offering used for animal sacrifices. The bronze laver, dang, I can't say that. A large basin for priests to wash their hands and feet. So that's the outer court. That's where all the animals are sacrificed. Humans are animals. Ooh, just saying. Okay, so who's the outer court? That's the whole world. Okay? Well, at least in general. But look, the holy place, the holy place is the golden lampstand, the menorah, provided light in the room. The table of showbread held 12 loaves of bread representing the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, the golden altar of incense placed just before the veil leading to the Holy of Holies. So, holy place represents Israel. That's why why everything around here revolves around Israel. Okay, so the holy place is Israel. Okay? So the Holy of Holies, what does that have? That has the Ark of the Covenant, a gold-covered wooden chest containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. Now, if you go look at the Ark of the Covenant, it has like a bowl for the manna, and then it has Aaron's rod, and then it has the Ten Commandments, right? But if you ask me, when Moses went up to Mount Sinai to get those tablets, I think it was uranium. He cut out a tablet made out of uranium. It's a long story, but because I think the Ark of the Covenant is a nuclear radioactive quantum computer that, when it energizes, it's almost like a generator, but it's a nuclear plant, or it's a mini nuclear plant, I guess, which is crazy in itself. So there's some reports that Aaron's rod actually grounded the ark to the ground, because I'm telling you, it's crazy. I don't know. I went pretty far, but anyway, has the mercy seat. It's the lid of the ark where God's presence was said to dwell. According to tradition, Aaron's rod was part of in a pot of manna where it was also inside. So because one guy in the Bible mentions it. I guess the cow tripped or whatever. They tripped, and one guy caught himself and put his hand on the Ark of the Covenant. He died instantly. So that's what I'm saying. It was activated. Who was it? I think it was the Amalekites. They took it. They took it from Israel, and it did all kinds of stuff to them. Like, they were, if you ask me, the stuff that it did to them mimics what happens when you get radioactive dosage. Remember, if you go back and look, when he got the tablets, they said his hair was white. That's what happens when you're near nuclear reactive radiation, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's crazy. I did a bigger study on that, but anyway, let's keep going. So what I was saying, I think they're making a tabernacle, but they're using the whole world. The whole world is the outer court. Israel's the holy place, and Jerusalem, Holy of Holies, where the Ark of the Covenant is going to be. That's where the Antichrist is going to say he's God. So if you look at it, it's a type and shadow of the tabernacle. Let's keep going. We'll get crazy. Okay. See, because look, the symbolism, the ark was considered a symbol of God's presence among the Israelites and sacred. So, when the Antichrist shows up, he's going to say, I am God. And they're like, what? What was I looking at? I was trying to study the Aaron's rod. It budded, and it produced blossoms, and it yielded ripe almonds. Now, how's a branch that was an almond, Aaron's rod, budded, and it had ripe almonds on his staff or scepter or whatever he had, the rod on it. But then again, the rod, I'm thinking of like the long ones, for a shepherd, but I think it has to be the small ones, because, like a scepter, because the Ark of the Covenant isn't that big. It's not like it's 10, 12 feet long. It has to be like a scepter, like a small stick. So it's a small branch of an almond tree. But what's crazy, that's the same rod that turned into a snake. So again, tell me which side has a snake on their side. That's the devil. So that's why I always say, who actually led the Israelites out of Egypt? If you ask the traditional people, they go, oh, God got them out. I go, you sure? Because if you look at it, he brought them out of Egypt, took them out in the desert for 40 years. He gave them birds. That birds killed a bunch of them. He gave them snakes who were biting them, killing them. They were out in the desert. They were dying of thirst. He had to break a rock to feed all of them. What was the other one? Oh, and they built a huge pole and put a snake around it because everybody, the people that got bit by snakes, Moses says, look at the pole with the snake on it, and you'll be healed. I go, who does that sound like Jesus? That sounds like the devil. All right, let's go. All right, where am I at? Okay, and then you can go to another part of the Bible, Jeremiah. See that almond? I don't know, God's trying to tell me something about the almonds. But anyway, the almond, I found it right here. But it says, where's it at? Okay, so the Lord talks to Jeremiah. He goes, moreover, the word of the Lord came upon me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. I go, that's the rod that Aaron had. So he's looking at it. So he's, I guess in a vision, he can see it. Then the Lord said unto me, thou hast seen well, for I will hasten my word to perform it. Now this gets crazy. This is in Jeremiah chapter 1. Verse 13 now. And the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, what seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot. See, that seething pot is the thing in the Ark of the Covenant. I'm telling you, it's seething. Why is it seething? It sounds to me, I mean, I can almost see it. The Ark of the Covenant is activated. It's like a nuclear power. It started up. And the face thereof is toward the north. So the Ark of the Covenant's facing north. Okay, but look, this happened back then, but I think it's a type and shadow of what's going to happen here. But look, if you just take out what he's saying and put another word I'm about to tell you, this is crazy. Then the Lord said unto me, out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. Who do we know is at the north from Israel? It's Russia, Iran. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north. See, this guy's doing it, the Lord. Is it the real God or the bad guy? But look, it says, for lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, Russia, Iran, all those bad guys, said the Lord, and they shall come and they shall set every one his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem. Somebody's coming to Israel, and against excuse me, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against the cities of Judah. And I will utter my judgments against them, touching all their wickedness, who have forsaken me, and have burned incense unto other gods, and worshipped the works of their own God, of their own hands. Thou therefore gird up thy loins, and arise and speak unto all of them that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them. Holy smokes! For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes of thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, said the Lord, to deliver thee. Oh, crap. Okay, most people, if you read it and go, oh, okay, that's just God. He's going to protect them. You sure it's the right God? Okay, let's go. Okay, so basically Jeremiah, prophetic book detailing the final years of the kingdom of Judah. Featuring the prophet Jeremiah's warning of impending judgment. So he's a type and shadow of, hey, there's something coming. And what do you hear on the news all the time? Something's coming. But look, here it's a Babylonian invasion and exile. Babylonian, who's that today? That's Iran. Due to Israel's widespread idolatry, injustice, but also promising future restoration through a new covenant. Of God's law written in the heart. A new covenant. What do we have now? They said we're going into digital currency, this one world religion, Chrislam, whatever, and one world government. they're working on it right now. The bricks, and you can go. It goes even deeper, but they're working on the digital currency, New World Order stuff. Okay, I went back to the almond tree. This lady right here had their bar. She was she was looking into this too. The almond tree. Look, Van Gogh painting. Yeah, she found some interesting stuff. What'd she put on here? Oh, here's the thing I was looking at. So again, the Bible's pointing to almond trees. Aaron's rod budded. But look, let me see, what do I have here? Yeah, see, he's talking about the Jeremiah one, the one I saw. Oh, look, Jeremiah, the one I was reading, is Jeremiah 1:11. What does that look like? 1:1:1. That's Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning. But anyway, let's keep going. Hold on. Oh, but look, I wonder if something's going to happen when the almond trees... Look, almond trees blossom in Israel in late winter to early spring, typically January through March. And so the Hebrew name Shaked means watchful. I guess that's for the almond. Where did it say that? Where did I put... Hold on, I found something else. See, look, here's the crazy thing. Yes, an almond tree can blossom in Israel in December. Jeez. So I'm going to keep an eye out in Israel if the almond trees are blossoming. Something's coming. And so another warning. So yeah, keep an eye out. Like I said, look, earliest bloomers. Almond trees are known for the first trees to flower in Israel before their leaves emerge, symbolizing renewal. Ooh, okay. Oh, look at this. Some wild almond trees. That's the one I want to see. Some wild almond trees have been noted to start flowering as early as mid-December. Mid-December? And the reason I'm saying that, I go, what's coming December 19th? That's the Three-Eye Atlas. That's when they say it'd be the closest to Earth. But then you get people, he's still 170 million miles away. It's not going to do anything. Oh, yeah, well, that comet, whatever it is, isn't acting like a comet. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting month. Oh, and another thing, almonds. I was looking into almonds. It's not a nut. It's called a drupe. A drupe or whatever. And what did I say? What did I look here? Look, drupe. Look, it means olive. Overripe olive. What? Okay. And you know, if you go to olive oil and all that stuff, that's type and shadow of the Holy Spirit. But look, the term overripe olive, I asked another question, is not a specific standalone phrase with a distinct meaning in the Bible itself. Instead, the symbolism related to olives in various stages of ripeness, or lack thereof, is generally used to illustrate broader themes of spiritual fruitfulness, judgment, oh crap, here we go again, judgment, and God's provision. So, I don't know. Okay, so let's jump a little bit back to AI. Okay, so look, let me see this. Look, parts of an almond. Okay, so the hull is that outer part, the shell, that hard part of the almond, and the kernel's the actual seed, I guess. And so if you go here, they have that same word kernel in computers. And you're like, what? I told you everything is a type and shadow of computers. Computers is basically us. Okay, so anyway, a kernel is the core fundamental layer of an operating system, OS, that acts as a bridge between software applications and hardware, managing essential resources like the CPU, memory, and devices, allowing programs to request hardware services safely and efficiently. It's the traffic cop for your computer, handling process, scheduling, memory, allocation, device communication, ensuring everything runs smoothly and securely. So again, see, that's what I'm telling you. The Ark of the Covenant sounds like a quantum computer. It's the AI. It's the physical manifestation of what I think is AI. And who's AI? It's the devil. Okay. Process management. Look what it does. Schedules which application gets to use a CPU and for how long, enabling multitasking. That's all. See, look, RAM, man, all that stuff, that's all computers. But anyway, I was just showing you that kernel. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, here's the pictures of the almond blossom. Looks like it's stained with blood. Okay, let's keep going. Look, almond flowers on the tabernacle menorah lampstand. The menorah is supposed to be type and shadow of an almond tree. That's what I think Jeremiah saw. But it also symbolizes divine watchfulness, resurrection, life, priesthood, and God's faithfulness. Could be. And so, let's keep going. Let's see. Yeah, the menorah is supposed to be an almond tree. And so, I don't know. I just have theories about it. But anyway, let's keep going. Like somebody did all the numbering for the menorah. See, it goes in. Here's the tabernacle, the Ark of Covenant right there, Holy of Holies, and then you got the holy place, and then you got outside the outer court. And so then there's this famous painting. They said the menorah wasn't back then. Oh, they found it on the walls. Oh, I forgot who this was. Oh, of course they're not going to show me. But let's keep going. Nope. Looked in there. Okay. Okay, so look, Vincent Van Gogh did in 1890. Where's my calculator? Okay, so he did it. Okay, so it's 2025. Subtract 1890, 135 years ago when Vincent Van Gogh painted this. So I just looked it up, and look, it means riddle. Enigma. Yeah, the almond tree is a riddle. But the closest thing I can think of, it's telling us to watch out for the almond tree in Israel. It's a warning. So when it blossoms, something's coming. We got Three Eye Atlas coming, December 19th, closest to us. December 16th, I'm also watching. That's when they're supposed to release October, November's job reports. They didn't show it because the government shutdown. How convenient, but whatever. Let's see. What else? And just something else I was playing with. Space-time continuum. If you you're gonna need. It says 3, but it's more like 4. But anyway, space-time continuum. It's where you got it. Let me see. It's where they all meet. It's where, it's when, and what time. And that basically, it's like triangulation. You need 3 points. Do I have it up here? Yeah, triangulation. Finding your position by measuring angles or distance to known points forming triangles. So if you got if you can figure out 3 points, you can triangulate and find out where you're at. So if you do that with the space-time continuum, the three dimension height, width, and depth is a space-time continuum. It's in the beginning where God created the heavens, space. He made Earth. That's the physical matter. And so all 3 of them, but then the other one, Einstein's relativity, shows another thing is time. So if you add time, that's X, Y, Z. And his was time was the 4th one. So space-time continuum. That's where we're at. If you're trying to find where, the 3 points. If you ask me, if you can figure out the Trinity, that's 3 points. That's triangulation. So if you can figure out where they're at, and you triangulate, you'll find out where you're at. Da da da. But you got to find all 3 points. So anyway, yeah. So let me see my notes. Oh yeah, that's great. Let me see my notes. The 3-eye atlas. If you look at it, it says 3-eye, right? Like the letter I. Okay, I numeric value is 9. So it's telling you 3 eyes. So it's 999. And so it's 999 divided by atlas. So 999, I looked it up, means knowledge in the pit and the deep. And so you're like, what the heck? So that 3-eye atlas is, I should do a video about it, but I'll show you the basic one I saw. So if it's 3-eye atlas, look at it. What does that look like? 999? That's 666 upside down. But 999 is pit, the deep, knowledge. That's crazy. Okay, and then you know how Trump, let me see, I had a note here. Trump is making that ballroom. Yeah, he's making the ballroom. He had a number, it was 650 people that could fit in it. Now he changed it. It says 999 will fit in it. In the ballroom. And I'm like, hey, that's the same number as the 3-eye atlas.